Welcome to the most extreme ranking challenge.
And welcome, hobbitses, humans, elf kind, and all to Most Extreme Ranking Challenge Season 1 Ender. This is episode, what is it, 12 already? It's crazy. Most Extreme Ranking Challenge, like I just said, I'm Tyler, your host, and as always, I have my co-hosts. We have Lemar Harris.
What it be like? I don't know jack about this topic. It's going to be very interesting.
Matthew Johnson.
I also don't know a fucking thing about this topic, so let's find out.
We have our new co-host. So last episode, we did have my good friend Payne Gretzky be our guest host, and now we have our new fill-in host, Anna. What is going on, Anna Voltage? Who are you? Tell the peoples.
Who am I? I am just trying to play this and hopefully get invited back.
Oh my God. You will be, and you also have
Hopefully
your
you
own,
like me.
and you have your own podcast, Pop Prism Power podcast.
Yes, I do.
All the P's, but
All the P's.
you guys, I grabbed somebody from Middle Earth. That sounded really weird. I apologize. But we got somebody from all the way through Middle Earth, all the way to the other geek realm. I apologize. Matt, stop it. You're making me scared. We have amazing actor, amazing everything, host. She just does everything. Lindsey Rousseau. How's it going?
I'm doing great, guys. So excited to be here. I'm wearing my my Tolkien lore right now. I actually have a necklace. I have a necklace that goes along with this too, but I was like, it's too much.
No, you look amazing. The shirt's amazing, and I am so excited. Lord of the Rings, Tolkienism, Middle Earth, all the stuff. I geek out about this. Like, one of my top things I geek out about this, DC Comics and the Muppets, and I'm so excited that we're finally doing Lord of the Rings, anything whatsoever, and we'll be ranking the top 5, bottom 3 Lord of the Rings characters, but this is going to be everything. It could be books, Hobbit, it could be anything, Silmarillion, Children of Hurin, it could be anything. And Matt doesn't know anything. Lemar barely knows anything. This is going to be a lot of fun. Let's start ranking. At number 5, and our judges on this podcast is going to be at number 5, Lindsay, number 4, Anna, number 3, Lemar, number 2, me, and number 1, Matthew, because I'd be damned if you had to give us your pick for number 1. And then we'll get on to our honorable mentions and then the bottom 3. Lindsay is our judge the first round at number 5. Who
Okay,
would
so
like...
this is
Yes?
the 5th best.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The
Your
fifth,
fifth best.
the fifth
Yes.
Okay.
best. So this will be our 5th best. I
Are
will...
ties allowed?
Ooh. We've
I
never
only
had a
asked because
tie.
on my own list, I have a tie for number 5, so I might have to pare it down. I'm just wondering.
Go for it. Why not? First time for everything, right?
You know what? We'll
Okay.
see what happens because we do have challenge cards. So I will start off with number 5. I'm gonna come in swinging. I'm gonna come in with the one that everybody knows and everybody does the imitation of because there are so many good characters. I am starting off with, in fact, Smeagle Gollum as number 5 best Lord of the Rings character. He's not in a lot. He is a little bit in Hobbit. He is in Two Towers and Return of the King, and only mentioned in the Fellowship of the Ring book and also the movie, unless you see his eyes. Gollum is a fantastic character, an iconic character, and he adds a lot to the story. However, this is a universe with over 10,000 characters and years that span over 40,000 years of history. There are so many damn good characters, and Gollum is definitely in the top 5, but I definitely have 4 other characters who are better than Gollum. Maybe not as iconic, but they are better with character development. They are better with what they stand. They help not only like the whole story, but they also help other characters build as well. And this is why I have chosen Gollum, not the trivia, what are they called? The riddle master, Gollum, Smeagol.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
The
Okay, got it.
The X ring bearer.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So who would like to go next?
I'll go. I'll go because I wanted to go immediately tell you that Tyler is wrong. Smeagle should not be at 5. Hell no, Smeagle should not be at 5. You know why Smeagle should not be at 5? I just wanted to start this. He should not be at 5 because your normie friends know who the hell Gollum is. People who've never seen knows who Gollum is. He's probably more influential than every other character of Lord of the Rings. Your mama knows who Gollum is. So 5 is bullcrap. But I do want to let you know that the one who should be at 5 is the man who took all the hobbits to Isengard, Legolas. He is the ranger of like any representation of what a ranger is. If you've ever played, everyone who's ever played a tabletop RPG and played a range character is just playing a version of Legolas. He's just that character. And he's actually not bad. A couple 100 years old, I think. And, pretty hot grandpa. So I say it's Legolas for number 5. The rest of these people are going to be wrong, but, it's okay.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Nothing contentious here at all. It's fine.
Yep. Got it.
Matthew, Anna?
Hell no. I ain't going. Nah.
Okay. All right, Anna.
Nah, you go ahead, Anna. Go ahead.
Oh, man,
you,
okay.
You knew.
Oh, man, I know. Okay. So I'm already starting off wrong because I can't pronounce her name. But it's
Eowyn.
Eowyn.
God damn it!
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Okay.
Eowyn.
I'm not mad. Okay. Sorry. No. So the reason why I never learned how to pronounce her name is because I didn't like her when I first watched the Lord of the Rings movies because she was trying to go after my man Aragorn. And so I was like, no, stay away. So now that I'm more older, I can recognize her strength and how amazing she is and her iconic line. So I reluctantly put her as my top 5. She went into battle. She didn't want to just stay behind the, safety. She wanted to go and make an impact and stuff. And I respect her. I have learned to like her. So yeah, she's badass. So I'll go for number 5 for her. So there you go.
Oh man, way too low, but that's okay. That's fine.
Hey.
Oh yes, I have thoughts. I have so many thoughts.
All right. Oh man.
I just want to apologize. I just want to. I'm going to apologize because I have watched all the movies, the director's cut, the 4-hour long ass fucking movies that take fucking forever, and I don't remember a fucking thing about Lord of the Rings. This list is not even mine. This is my partner's. The other owner of Nerdy Bit, this is her list because she loves Lord of the Rings, and I don't remember a fucking thing about it. Not at all. So her number 5, and if y'all get mad, it ain't my fucking fault. It's her fault. Number 5 is a nigga named Mary. The better pimpin', apparently. The courage without the fuck up. This is what is on her list. This is what she says. I don't know who the fuck Mary is. I think it's one of the twins. Is there twins in the movie?
Is it
one of the cousins, right?
They're cousins. They're
cousins. They look like twins.
Shenanigans.
I don't remember shit. This is what the list says. It says Mary, the better Pippin. Okay. And I don't know if this like Pippin ain't easy or like Pippin like Scotty Pippin. I'm not sure what kind of Pippin this is.
Oh!
But, okay, you know who it is? Okay, cool. Y'all know who it is. Great.
Yes,
it says it's courage.
We very much know who Mary and Pippin are.
It just says courage without the fuck up. And I'm like, that's dope. I'm cool with that. I trust her judgment on this list. So my number 5 pick is Mary. Mary. Yay.
Did you look up any of these people before you said
Dude, I watched this whole fucking movie and all of it, and I don't remember a fucking thing. You know who my favorite character is? It's Tree Nigga. That's my favorite character. The big ass tree that talked and didn't give a fuck. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah,
he's on my list.
Thank you.
Treebeard.
Treebeard.
Whatever. I call him Tree Nigga. He's my
We
honorable.
can't say that, Matt.
Yeah, I know you can't, but I can, and he's my honorable. That's the only thing I know about Lord of the Rings. Besides, you shall not pass, and all the memes that come for it. You can't walk into Aragorn or walk somewhere. I don't fucking remember.
You can't walk to Aragorn.
You can't. There's no one can walk into Mordor. That's what it was. Okay, there's the quote. I remember.
Aragorn's a character. Aragorn's just like standing on the other side of the room. Nobody can walk to Aragorn, so everybody just walks
you have
away
my
from him.
axe, you have my sword, and you have my heart, or some shit like that. I don't remember.
My bad. It's fine.
Damn it.
Heart.
So Mary's my 5. Okay, let's go with that.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, Lindsay. Out of these 4 very crazy characters, you can do this where you go one by one or whatever you like.
Yeah, sure. So we'll start off at the beginning. I will not dare insult Eowyn by putting her at number 5. Oh, fucking no way.
What's that mean?
I don't
What
know
does
if
that
I need
mean?
to go into details and give away spoilers as to who is at the top of my list, but I don't know. The only person who was able to defeat Sauron ever?
Is that true? I don't know. I don't remember.
Only field maiden in all of Tolkien's lore? I'm not mad. Okay. I do know. Okay, it's kind of Gollum. I just don't. I know he's popular, but I just, in the whole grand scheme of Tolkien things, he's just around to fuck things up.
Yep.
I have to say, Legolas and Merry. I wasn't thinking of Merry, but that is a very compelling argument.
Oh man.
Though I am personally thinking of Merry and Pippin together, but they do get split up. And yes, Merry is the one who, goes along to fight, with Eowyn. So I'm like, that's and Legolas, I don't know, he is quite good with his bow. This is a tough one.
The Power Rangers is the original Power Rangers. Let's go.
Or not, I don't know.
Based on, I'm gonna have to say, based on the sheer character development that this character had from beginning to end, I'm gonna have to go with Merry because Legolas is the same character throughout.
Oh, shit.
Legolas is Legolas.
Yeah, he's like 100 plus years old. There's not much changing you're gonna do.
I know. Elrond, again, spoilers, but I'm like, there's some other elves that have some pretty big character arcs.
Yeah, they also messed everything up.
I'm gonna go with Merry for number 5.
Yep. Oh man, I did not.
I didn't expect that at all.
Let's also say, Legolas is kind of a bitch in The Hobbit. Like, really, he's just pining after Turiel the whole time, and I'm just like, dude, get over yourself.
Yeah.
But when it shows you didn't win, Matt. Your partner won.
But that means I won in my heart, so that means we're good. Yeah.
I hate you.
Once again,
That's
let's clarify. I've watched all the movies. I really watched all the movies. Like she made me watch the director's cut, all of it. She did, and I watched all of it out of love and dedication. And I don't remember nothing. Look, to
like
my
all
defense,
the white people, too many white people. Everybody looks the same. They do. Everybody looks the same in those movies. I will give them that.
All the elves do look the same.
They look
I will put my hand down on that.
Same.
Some are blonde and some are brunette. Come on, that's different.
Wait, is there a difference? I don't know any of this stuff.
What elves and high elves, I'm guessing.
I was watching Sailor Moon at that time. I'm just saying.
When the movies came out and I was like 7th grade, I legitimately thought all the hobbits were the same character.
I did too. I did too.
And then you see the scenes where all 4 of them are running because whenever they show maybe they show Merry and Pippin, I knew they were different, but all the other ones will only be 1 per screen per shot. And then they show when they're running through the mines of Moria, all 4 of them oh, there were 4. They all look. They acted.
I keep thinking that Merry and Pippin is one person.
Anyway, that was when I was young and stupid. But now I'm a Lord of the Rings fanatic, and I can't. And everybody's so different and stupid. I know. Anyway, so number 4, Anna will be our judge. Good job, Matthew. And Lindsay,
You sure about that?
Because you were judged, you get to go first if you like.
Okay, so that means my number 5 doesn't. I don't ever get to say my number 5, right?
You get to say
you can switch it, but no.
Yeah, or your honorable mention. Essentially, honorable mention kind of it takes up your place of what when you were a judge. It's kind of like how we figured it.
Okay. So for my number 5, only because he had such a huge influence in the books, but I also feel like he really nerfed a lot of people during their journeys. So I'm going to go with Gandalf for number 4 because super powerful, brings them all together, but not any higher because it's kind of like, yo, dude, you couldn't have called the eagles sooner. What's up with that? I mean, but then you did sacrifice yourself and came back as a white wizard and blah, blah, blah. But then you just pieced out and went back to the Elven lands at the end. So I'm putting Gandalf in there because he is crucial.
Yeah.
But he's not my favorite.
Gandalf. Yeah. I love Gandalf in The Hobbit because he literally is like, this is an important mission that all of us are going to do. But first, you guys keep going. I got to stop in Abercrombie and buy some new clothes, and I'll meet up with you at the end.
You guys also, really, you couldn't have given Bilbo a heads up? You put this little mark on his door. You couldn't have been like, yo, dude, you're about to have 10 dwarves in here. Maybe you should go shopping, stock up. Really? He couldn't have done that?
Oh my God. Yes. I love it. Okay, I will go next. Because let's get the fanatics out of the way first.
Thank God.
So I know this will make Lindsay upset, and I love this character so much. However, there are 3 characters that I love in the books and how important they are and everything. And this character, as important as she is only important for a little bit amount of time, but she is such a badass, especially in the books. They did her a little bit. They did her justice in Return of the King. However, in Two Towers, they don't give enough.
The movies didn't do a good job.
Yeah, but the thing is that I'm kind of glad they didn't. It's not because they didn't want her to. It's just, as you and I know, the books are very convoluted. The movies, if they added in the things that I wanted, that movie would have been so much longer, and everybody would be like, who's the main character? So, I'm okay with some of the small characters. Like her and Éomer's relationship in the books are just so beautiful, and how she stands by her brother and everybody else. Éomer is Carl Urban, who has been in literally everything geeky after Lord of the Rings. Carl Urban's been in Thor. He's the main character in The Boys. He was in the Doom movie. Judge Dredd. He was Judge Dredd. He was in the Doom movie. This guy is the number one geek guy. But anyways, so Éowyn is a badass. She defeated the Witch King. She loved Aragorn and definitely deserved his love back. Unfortunately, he did love another person, but then she became so much better than him, which I loved. She is such a badass, not because of one thing for killing the Witch King, but because she's such a good leader. Everything with Theoden, and everything that comes after, everything that happens at why am I forgetting the name? Oh my god, the Battle of Helm's Deep. After Helm's Deep, she becomes anyways, I'm gonna stop there. Because I can go on and talk about Éowyn for a very long time, and I love her so much. But the thing is, in the grand scheme of things, she is not the top 3 for me, but she is definitely in the top 5.
Because we don't get Middle Earth after that.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
In my mind, Éowyn and Faramir go on to have all these grand adventures and essentially continue to protect Middle Earth from all the goblins and everything. They're still living there. They didn't go away.
I agree. Oh my god!
In my head, that's what happens with Éowyn.
Her and Faramir just be like they're the best. They're the best couple besides Sam and Frodo, and I don't care what anybody tells me. They're in love with each other, and it's headcanon. Okay. I don't care about Rosie.
Oh, we're supposed to follow that? You're asking what else to follow that? Really, Tyler? You have to follow that? No, Lemar, I'll go. I'll go. Okay, I'll go. I'll follow that because that was rough. Yeah, you're gonna make us follow that shit, Tyler. Thank you. Appreciate that. Anyway,
you know what?
Yeah.
I'll reiterate. once I say, as I reiterate many of times, I apologize. Don't remember nothing. I was too busy watching Sailor Moon and hentai at that time. So, number 4 on this list that belongs to my partner said Legolas / Gimli. The bromance is so epic. She counted as 1.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like Merry and Pippin. I can see the two being,
Like,
so Legolas is the hot one, and the Gimli is the one with the big ass beard, right?
Yeah, the dwarf and the elf.
Oh yeah, the one that were having
a
fight.
I'll see all
they're the one. Wait, hold on. They're the ones that were like they were fighting each other with the head counts and shit. We're like, okay, I got like this many kills, and they got this many kills. Look,
Gimli, son of Gloin.
I don't remember shit. All I remember, them two were together all the time. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people ship them together as well too.
They detail, in the books they detail their relationship even more. Like they go back to visit their lands together, and like the first time an elf had ever stepped foot in certain place. Yeah,
that's hot. Anyway, this is what the list says. Says Legolas / Gimli as 1. So that's my number 4 pick. Okay.
I allow it. You know what? They're never separate. They're never separate.
I have to change things now. I hope you get a sunburn.
This is what the list. I'm following the list, Lemar. I'm following the list.
Your list, Matt. Your list is stupid.
Stupid list.
I know what I said.
Look, Lemar, either I obey the list or I sleep on the couch. And I ain't moved to sleep on this couch. This is an IKEA couch and it sucks.
You gotta get a better couch.
Do I got that kind of do I got Lord of the Rings money? No, I do not. Okay. Do I look like Gandalf? I ain't got that kind of money. So I'm not sleeping on the couch. Number 4, 2 together, the bromance. That's what I said. Okay. We're going with that.
Okay. Bromance. I'll go then. Because I think I'm the last one.
Yes. That is factual.
The character I'm about to say could have ended the movies almost immediately. They show up and they cancel the need for most of the movie. I'm giving it up for those fucking Eagles.
Oh my God.
Those fucking Eagles showed up. They took them to where they needed to go. They could have taken them to where they actually needed to go and saved us 10 hours.
But they didn't.
Well, the Lord of the Eagles was so
I'm about to go in full rant mode, and it has been discussed by all the scholars. No, the Eagles wouldn't, because they were nothing in it. They only did Gandalf. They did Gandalf they did Gandalf a favor. They had no.
They could have.
Nope.
Gone.
But they didn't.
To where?
But they didn't want to. They didn't need to.
It was a plot hole that they plugged, Tyler. You're looking at a plugged plot hole because someone said. Tyler.
I don't think you understand how smart the Eagles are.
1 point though. Why didn't the Eagles show up earlier? We've all said it.
But there are.
Oh my God.
They fixed it later.
No.
They definitely fixed it later, Tyler. I got
There are token notes. I have the token notebook.
Oh. Eric, I hope you listen to all this. I hope you are.
Oh, I hope she is too. No, Tyler. It's the Eagles.
These are not even Lord of the Rings. These are the other books. I have
the Eagles. Take it to the limit, Tyler.
Take it to the limit.
But are you voting
for the wrong Eagles?
Are you voting for the Eagles for who they were or who they could have been?
Yeah.
I'm picking the Eagles because they could have simply taken the ring and bring it to where they
Why the hell they gonna be top 5? They could have did something that they didn't do.
Okay.
Because they were not told to. They was told to go to that place, which was wrong. They could have went that place, which was right.
Okay, so I'm going to write down Thorondor, who was the Lord of the Eagles. I have it written down up there.
The name? Hold up. Wait,
yes.
The Eagles got names. The Eagles got fucking names.
The Lord,
the King, the main Eagle. Yes.
Yes, he does.
Oh my God!
Because he's in the Hobbit and he speaks in the Hobbit, and they took it out of the Hobbit movies, and I will never forgive them for that. That is something I rant about a lot still today.
Eagles fucking talking.
His name means Wind Lord in Sindar and Elvish.
Yep.
And they took that out. So that was big.
They cut him out, and I will never forgive
Man,
them. They could have had
I'm
like
learning
Brian,
so much.
They could have had like Brian Blessed or somebody voice him, and it would have been glorious.
Right?
And they, you know what? Instead of giving us the Eagles, they gave us goddamn fucking. I got no arm, and I'm a white orc, and I'm angry. Like, no, you're not in the book. You die. You die in the first 15 pages. You motherfucker. Get out of my movie.
Even getting started on how upset I am about certain characters that were not in the movies that had a dominant role in the books. One of them's on my list. Well, two of them are on my list. Yeah, it's okay.
I love how like we've done this for how many episodes? Like 20 or something like that?
11. This is our 12th episode.
This is the most animated I've seen Tyler.
No, seriously, this is the most excited.
This is the most excited. I'm so happy for Tyler.
I love
this is his episode.
Wait till we do Muppets.
He's gonna lose. But fuck Muppets. Anyway, go ahead and pick the Eagles because you know I'm right.
Is he though? Is he? And you look real confused. I feel like the people who have some tan to their skin are real confused with this episode. Because I feel like we're all struggling at the moment. We are struggling this episode.
Matthew Johnson.
Honestly are.
Matt. Speaking for yourself, I'm about to win. Come on. Go ahead.
Really? Okay, yeah, right. Cool. Sure. Let's go.
All right.
Anna, go ahead.
All right, Anna.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I gotta hear this, Anna, please.
Oh man.
So much judgment here.
Bromance.
It was the bromance. Legolas Gimli. That's the choice.
Bullshit.
Wait, what?
Wait, that's
Sorry,
no,
it had really
are you
good
dead ass choosing?
arguments. It had really good arguments, and I also like.
You know what? Okay,
you fuck two. Because you're horny for two fucking people.
Challenge card.
That mean they're the great.
Wait,
You know what? Is this gonna be a challenge card? Is this gonna be a challenge card?
I'm throwing in my challenge card. Because as much as I love Éowyn, this is the only time for her to get on this list. I don't think anybody else will pick her. I just don't think anybody else will pick her in top 3.
Remember, I'm the last one. Remember that. I'm the chaos.
I really love my number 1. And so I'm going to secure that spot by throwing in my card for this one. I really want Éowyn on this list. I think that this is the perfect opportunity for her to be on this list. Again, I love her to death, but she's not top 3 for me. Because again, there are other characters that have affected the future and history of Middle Earth more so than she did, and I want to give them credit for that. So I am throwing in my challenge card.
Okay.
For
now
Éowyn.
Explain what the challenge card does.
Well, the challenge card now is that I get to explain myself, Anna and Matthew, I guess, can also, and then we're gonna do a democratic vote as to who deserves this spot, and so everybody gets to vote the remaining, which is Lindsay and Lemar, and possibly Anna and Matt, if I do convince you otherwise. So I'm going to say Éowyn is a human character who I desperately think is the best human in all Lord of the Rings, including Children of Hurin. Like, Children of Hurin has some amazing characters, and nobody in here knows that except for Lindsay and I. But I will say that Éowyn is the epitome of human. She is loving, she is caring, and yet she also doesn't take no shit and will kill everything, including a god, to basically make sure that her people and all beings, and that's the most important thing about her, is that she's the first human to actually think about all beings as opposed to just the humans. Literally the only human. Literally. And she's fantastic, and I love her absolutely to death. And the growth, the I am no man is literally on shirts and everything. It's such a powerful line, and it's fantastic. And she's the embodiment of just amazing women and humans in this world. And I need her on this list, and I am so scared, and I don't think that she will make this list if she's not in this spot. If I have more faith in her being in the list later, I would not be throwing in my challenge card, but I think that this really is her chance to get in. This is kind of like last episode with the other character that we all love, but we were like, is this character going to be on the list if it's past this? No, it's not. So I think this is it. This is my call. That's all I'm going to say about Éowyn. So So Anna and Matt, the floor is yours.
So
and then
I gotta convince y'all. Look, I just want to clarify. I don't know a fucking thing about Lord of the Rings.
Oh, actually,
I know this though.
That means you
Go ahead, go ahead,
Okay.
go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead. I want you to go ahead. I don't want no excuse about winning this.
I can't just talk only about Eowyn. Legolas and Gimli are fantastic, but Legolas is also doesn't have a story after this. He just ends in the books. He's gone. He is a badass, but that's really it. Gimli, son of Gloin, doesn't do anything either. He doesn't lead his own. He doesn't even lead his people. He just goes back to the mountains, and he's not even royalty or anything else. He's not even a general. He just goes back to his life. And again, as cool as they are, they don't have any impact. Eowyn is the future of humans. Her and Faramir are so important, especially aiding Aragorn, who is stuck now he does of course help go through all the way to Hobbiton and get rid of all the orcs and stuff like that, but then he's done. He's king. He has to focus on that. Faramir and Arwen are basically saving everything, saving chaos, saving lost orcs and stuff like that. Because in the books, there is no earthquake in the books. All the orcs are still out there, and the movie could have been an hour longer.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. In my mind, in my reality, after the end of that, Eowyn and Faramir are the ones protecting the realm from all the bad guys that didn't just go poof.
Yep.
They didn't go poof. They're
Nobody
still
went
there.
poof. Nobody went poof. Eowyn and Faramir just started collecting heads. Like Legolas and Gimli were cool and all, but they didn't do jack shit compared to Faramir and Eowyn.
Well, and then Legolas followed Gimli back to his land. Well, I'm like, what? And then all the other elves left Middle Earth. So it's like, cool, peace, we're out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with Gimli because I have no other friends.
Yeah, all the other elves have left.
Okay, hold up. Now here's how it's gonna go. Y'all hear? Yeah, okay. Lemar, Lindsay, Anna. Y'all hear how passionate this person is about the wonderful woman or elf or something? I don't know. But you see how passionate he was? You know what that means? That person needs to go higher on the list because number 4 is not worthy of them because they obviously deserve to go higher. So why in the hell are you going to put someone so amazing and so interesting and someone that's like the last fucking thing of Earth and everything, like with the human race, at 4? No, don't do that. 4, put it at 3, 2,
because
1. They
she
deserve
still only
higher.
lived for a couple years compared to
and she lived better
years
because she's useful. You know what deserves to be at number 4 though? Just a nice bromance between two people that hate each other and had a nice friendship development during battle.
I've made my decision before.
Okay.
I made my decision before anyone started talking.
Oh, really?
I'll let you know that I've been locked for a while.
Okay. All right. Let's. Okay.
Wait. Do I gotta try to convince Lindsay? Because I'm like, okay, Lindsay, do you know who you're choosing, or do I gotta try to convince you?
I know where I want that character to be. So it's like, if I'm voting for it for number 4, does that mean I can't have it for number 1?
No, you can.
You can. But the odds
if she wins, if she wins, then she's locked and then she's not out for number 1.
But we've never had 2 people on the list at the same time, so the odds are going to be.
So if you vote for Eowyn wins, she is number 4 and cannot be brought back.
And you can't be brought back at all, which is why I'm saying higher on the list.
Yeah, shouldn't she be higher? Like, why do you have no faith?
Because there are at least 3 other characters.
Have confidence, Tyler. Have confidence.
There is no faith in this amazing character that you just passionately
talk about. What are you talking about? I have a lot. Oh wait, I have a lot of faith in her, which is why I want her for this. Wait.
Why can't she be number 1?
Because she's not. I said this. She's not number 1 to me. I have 3 other characters.
What about 2? What about 2?
Because I have 3 other characters that had more of an impact on the history and the future of Middle Earth than Eowyn did. And I think when I actually say my list, you will see.
I want to hear your arguments about that. I really do.
So,
okay, wait. Lindsay, okay, Lindsay, I really hope when I actually say these names that you'll actually here's the thing. I know that listen.
I want to know what your criteria is, because just because you can impact a lot of history doesn't mean you had the biggest impact in history.
No, it's true. But okay, I think when you hear mine, you will understand why I chose these other 2. Because again, I only have 2 characters of the 3. My other one, one, of course, is my honorable mention. But I think when I say these other 2 names, I hope you will understand why I chose them too, though.
I want you to know that I hate you much.
Anyway. Okay, let's go
Okay,
to a vote.
so
I am
now
voting
that
for
the-
Eowyn. I'm sticking with
You're
Eowyn.
going for Eowyn.
Matt votes for theirs.
I vote for the bromance. That's my vote.
The judge, are you switching your pick?
Oh,
Anna,
So you're
who are you
choosing
choosing?
Legolas.
I'm sticking to my bromance.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Lindsay. I don't even know where I'm pointing. I'm just okay. Then we'll go to Lemar. Lemar.
All right. I'm not voting for a goddamn romance.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
you.
Okay. So it's now tied.
It's tied.
2-2.
It is on Lindsay. It's either going to be Eowyn. It's going to
Unfortunately,
be.
it's all on
Lindsay?
you.
Lindsay, there's been so many good bromance. Do not vote for fucking
with your heart.
fantasy Top Gun.
Go with
Do
your
not
heart.
vote for fantasy Top Gun.
I don't care about the bromance, but it's like I know my girl should be higher
Yeah.
up than number
Go,
4.
exactly. Higher up.
But she might not make it though. They could be fucking with you though, Lindsay.
No, I'm not.
It's very possible
up,
that she
dog.
does not make
Higher
it.
up.
Matt
She
wants to
is-
win.
She is higher on this. Remember, this isn't my list. This is my partner's
Remember.
list. And her,
Okay.
she is higher on this list. I guarantee you.
Remember, it's better to make sure she gets on the list than she's in the higher parts because she might not make it. Because this is the point of no return.
Houses, and we're gonna have a throwdown. I'm very passionate about this character.
Oh, I bet you are, and I feel that. You go with your heart. Go with the heart. Go with the heart, Lindsay. Choose who you know she deserves to go higher. Go with the heart. You know what's up.
No, she doesn't.
I feel like this is really like convoluted here
Yeah.
because it's like
Welcome
I
to
don't know
Most
what that
Extreme
means.
Ranking Challenge.
it's like, do I go against where I believe she should be just to get her on the list,
Yep.
or do I?
You stay strong.
Lindsay,
You
I will
gotta
say
do-
this. We've all been in this situation and felt
We've
exactly
all been in
that
it.
so many times.
Same thing. Mm-hmm.
We all
Welcome
had to
to
be
the
like,
club.
God damn it.
Place.
Just saying. We've all been there.
Legolas and Gimli were nowhere on my list. Like they're not even in
Same.
my top 10.
Same.
Exactly.
Same.
I
Same.
get that.
Same.
I get that.
Same.
But like higher
Like, I
on the
don't think
list.
they
you
even
re-
deserve to be on the list, quite frankly.
But we stuck with it right
I
now,
agree.
though. So
Then you know
Why
who
do
you
you-
need to vote
Yeah,
for.
and why do you think I threw my card in? Because I agree. That's the thing. Like,
higher on the
Question.
list.
So like if I lock her in at 4, but then I argue for her at 1, can I use my challenge to go back and challenge 4?
no.
Once she's
Once
locked in,
she's locked, she's locked.
she's locked. You cannot.
I know.
Mm-mm.
I'm so sorry.
So-
I know.
So
It's
would you
painful.
use the challenge to challenge your challenge for another 4?
You could. Yeah.
But then I
we
can
did
use
we
my
did that
challenge
last
for higher up.
we did that last
God
episode.
damn it.
Actually, I think we have to. This has to resolve,
Yes,
and
this-
then you can
This
challenge.
has to resolve.
it's
Then you can
fine, it's
challenge
fine.
it. So
You gotta
I just-
vote.
I know.
Like
We-
I know, Tyler, you're gonna do something shitty and it's gonna make me mad, and then she's not gonna be on the list. I'm gonna be really fucking mad.
I hope
But then-
you love my number one. I hope you love my number one.
That's
Gimli be on the list.
Exactly what's gonna happen.
I really hope you'll love my number one. I honestly do.
I am gonna go with Eowyn because I truly do not believe
Yes!
Gimli and Legolas have any business
Yes!
on this list. She
Yep.
will always be number 1 in my heart. She will always be
but
number
she
1 in
ain't
my
gonna be
heart.
number one on this list, girl. So
Okay.
are you sure about that?
4.
Fine.
Yeah.
Now
But
number
I know
4.
y'all aren't probably gonna vote for her anyway, so
No, she was number. Hold up, where's that list? Where's the list that my partner said? She was number 2. She was number 2 on my list, and I would have set her at number 2.
I would say
I
I
would
would
So-
go higher. So
I
Erica,
know. I mean,
come
damn it,
here and
this
help
is
me. I gotta change some things now.
I don't like this. Okay, but yeah, she can go at number 2. All right, you know what?
I don't even like her, and I thought she'd go higher.
Okay,
You don't even-
no, I want her higher. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it.
Wait,
Eowyn deserves
no,
higher than 4.
wait.
Change
No,
it.
you already
Eowyn
said it
deserves
though.
to be higher than
You
4.
already said
Our guest can change her mind. Our guest
Wait,
can change whatever she wants.
wait. We have Gimli. Wait. Are you going with Gimli Legolas?
I'm gonna go with Gimli and Legolas because Eowyn deserves better than number 4. I'm sorry. I'll wait till I can make my argument.
Now, Lemar,
Okay.
you want to throw in your challenge card now? You want to throw in your challenge card, Lemar? Come on, go throw it in. Throw it in. Come on.
You know what? You know what? You know
No,
what?
please don't. Please don't. Oh God, no. Please
Yes.
don't.
Really?
I'm throwing in my challenge card.
Wait,
Okay.
but wait. Are you actually for who?
Yeah. Bam. For bam. I'm throwing in my challenge card because I fucking hate the fucking bromance. I don't hate the characters, but I'm hating the very fact that we're voting for this shit as bromance.
Why can't you
actually deserves to be number 4? You know what deserves to be? Fuck you. Gandalf. Gandalf the fucking great. That motherfucker was a great Gandalf. He did a whole shit. Very powerful wizard. And quite frankly, he deserves to be on this list because normies know who the fuck Gandalf is. Yep. Ian McKellen, it made Ian McKellen hate fantasy movies, and I think that's fantastic.
He hate fantasy movies.
He had a full nervous breakdown making this movie.
Hobbit.
And I think
Hobbit.
Hobbit? No.
He is not a fan of green screens, and he made many.
He's not a fan of green screens.
Yeah.
This is not why he became an actor.
Yeah. He cried on set, and I wish I was there to hug him.
Anyway, I believe Gandalf did some great shit, more than your fucking yaoi ass fan fiction that you put on this list. So,
first of all, once again, I don't know shit about Lord of the Rings, but you don't put fucker Oberyn at that goddamn low on the list. You put that motherfucker higher, okay? You put his ass fucking higher, and you know that. Really?
No, not Gandalf. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Gandalf. Nah.
Damn.
He sat out most of the shit that happened.
Yep.
All I'm saying is, if we're going by, look, I cannot compete against the fandom of y'all. I cannot. All I know is that of almost everybody in Lord of the Rings, if you fucking say Gandalf and show a photo of him, everyone knows who he is.
That's fine that he's iconic, but here's the thing. In this one book alone, there are about 2,000 characters in this one book.
Yes, that's
right here.
I don't know a single fucking one of them except Gandalf.
We're in the top 4.
And I know Gandalf. And I know that nigga needs to go higher. Okay? Bromance, though. Bromance. Number 4. Because obviously it's just a bromance. It's not that important as compared to anybody else.
I've never hated you more than I hate you right now.
I am sure, but you gotta agree with me.
Matt,
all the reason why y'all saying it deserves to go higher because y'all know the shit.
This isn't
This
Scrubs,
is just
man.
4. This is a bromance. Just at 4. Leave this at 4. Let's not fuck this up like we did last week.
You know how wrong you are?
Let's not fuck this up like last week.
Lamar, do you have anything else to say? Because I know who I'm voting for.
Well, we know who y'all two voting for.
I'll say one more thing.
Okay.
If the
Erica, you want to back me up on this?
Makes this fucking list, I am destroying all of my future picks.
That sounds like a personal problem.
I am next. I am next.
That's a personal fucking problem. I don't care.
I'm just putting that out there.
Okay.
It's up to you. Anyway, my vote is for Gandalf.
Yep.
Overdose.
I will vote for. I am voting for Gandalf as well. Lindsay, are you voting for your choice?
Yeah, I'll vote for Gandalf.
That is it. It has been overturned the second time. Gandalf is our pick.
Oh, remember, niggas, I'm number 1. I will cause chaos. Remember that. Remember that.
I don't. Right. No one's gonna say bromance for number 1.
Matt,
so I'm fine with this.
Sure.
Matt is our Sauron of the episode.
I am the Sauron. I am the true ruler of this shit. I got the all-seeing eye because I'm number 1 up in this bitch. Okay, remember that. We'll see what happens. I don't even know if anything I said was correct. I have no idea. Okay, I was thinking the Cheesecake Factory.
Not a single thing that came out of your mouth.
I was really thinking the Cheesecake Factory with the towers and the eyes and everything. That's all I remember.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. No, I'll give you that. It was pretty good. You did good there. But yeah,
move to number 3, I guess.
Lindsay has the win with the assist from Lemar. Lemar will be the judge now. Anna, after all that chaos you caused. Just kidding. You did great. You're doing great.
I do the best.
Where's this list?
You get to go first. Who is our third best Lord of the Rings character?
Okay, so I'm scared now.
I bet.
I'm so scared because my top 3, I just did not know what I was doing. I'll be honest. I am gonna go with Sam because top 3, he's up there. Top 3. If you look up loyalty in the dictionary, it's him.
No, I'm mad.
What did you say?
She said Mr. Badass Samwise Gamgee at number 3.
Samwise.
Disgusting.
I just and that's why I struggled with this top 3. Yeah, that's my argument. I stand by my choice. I don't, but
Oh man, way too low. But okay. I will go next because
clearly just
okay. So here's the thing, and
Josh for this one.
You are. So I'm gonna go ahead and go because Lindsay, in all stories, you need a wonderful villain. However, Tolkien has made people who are not really villains who do terrible things, but in the grand scheme and the amount of years that they were alive at, they did so much good. And then were swayed for their final maybe 60 years out of nothing, which is like a second in his lifetime. I am putting Saruman, sorry, I apologize. Saruman as number 3. Saruman the Wise was the ruler and the head of wizards, and he was just, and he was good. He saved the world solely by himself several times. He was amazing. If you read the Silmarillion, he's the savior for so many times. And in the final act of his life, he gave into chaos and evil, and unfortunately became one of the coolest foes, I really think, in all of fantasy. He became something so perfect and so great and graceful and wise and like a sign of hope, to become somebody who created monsters out of nothing, out of mud and disgust, to become a real, actual, like, villain that mess up the entire land. And he's just such a, not only just a perfect villain in this, where he was also a pawn, even though he was like went against his own name, which is Saruman the Wise, becoming a pawn itself, but like just change. He's such a strong character and is so iconic, and like it's such an important character, where the things that he did earlier in his life like affect the future, and where humans like completely undo it because of his betrayal. But basically, like, all the good that he did was, everybody was like, well, you know what? He turned out to be a douchebag, so let's just undo everything he did. And then what it did do, it caused chaos, and it caused worse. And more gods came out and tried to destroy. Morgoth came out because of this shit. Like, Saruman was so strong and so great that literally the evil god of evil gods. So, I don't know if you guys know this, but Sauron is equivalent to Morgoth's cat. He is essentially Morgoth's cat. And that is exactly how scholars and everybody else has described Sauron as. Sauron is essentially a cat to the most evil god of Middle Earth, which is Morgoth. And Saruman is fantastic, and I love Saruman. He's such a good character, and like he's a good villain, and yet he did so much other good. It's crazy. So it's like one of those things where you're just like, man, the last 60 years of your life you suck, but the other thousands of years you were alive, you were fantastic. So it's like, damn. Like, so anyway, that is basically the entirety of him and Lord of the Rings was like a Facebook post that he posted. Like, it was like, hey, you know what? Everybody should die. And you're just like, this guy's evil. And then he just like dies. That's essentially like the equivalence of like his whole life was like a Facebook post, and then he has a heart attack. Anyways, I'm done. I yield my time.
You were. All right, who's gonna follow that? Which one else is gonna follow after that?
Oh God, I didn't follow that.
Cool. I'll do it. I don't care. I don't mind. I love this.
Okay.
This is great. Okay, so want to clarify? Don't know nothing. Following the list. Okay, following the list. Number 3 is Mr. Samwise. He's literally the only reason Frodo got to Mordor. He carried Frodo on his back, literally. He's the greatest motherfucker ever. Samwise is number 3. Just what the list says. Even I know Samwise. Look, I remember the speech at the end of the movie. And he was like, well, no, that wasn't a speech. He was like, Mr. Frodo, share the load. Share the load, Mr. Frodo. I remember that. That says a lot right there if I remember that. Because once again, I don't remember nothing about these movies. He shared the load. He did his part. He bought them. He literally carried him on his back.
you're not reading me.
No, I'm sure I am. I don't care. I know I'm reading the mood, but once again, I'm following the list. And after what you just put me through last round, I'm going to follow the list to make sure you deal with all my bullshit, Tyler.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just letting you know that.
Okay, that's
right.
Fine, that's fine.
Carried the load. He shared the load by doing. He was the load. Shit, he was the load. He did everything. Okay. If it wasn't for him, Frodo wouldn't have made it. He would have died. Definitely would have died. And he's amazing. I just remember the speech at the end. It was so passionate and amazing and sweet and wonderful. I'm sure that speech was in the book too. Maybe I didn't read it, but still, it was there and it was great and it was amazing. So Samwise, number 3, Samwise. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. Oh my God.
Okay.
Who's the judge for this? I don't even know.
Lemar is.
Oh, it's Lemar. Oh, never mind. Well, we ain't winning this, Anna.
So I was torn with my number 3 because, okay. So I really wanted to go with Tom Bombadil because I just love him. He makes me smile. And here's the thing, he could arguably be the most powerful character in all of Middle Earth.
But we don't
really know because he just kind of stays to his own lands. But we know he can control the tides. We know he can talk to all the creatures. It's been said he can defeat the enemy with no problem.
Yeah.
But then he just kind of stays on his own land, which is why I didn't go with him.
Wait, Lindsay, one second. Matt and Anna.
How do you spell?
He's not in the movies.
Bombadil?
He's not in the movies.
He's not in the movies.
Yeah.
You literally have no idea. You've literally no idea.
No idea.
It's cool. No, there's Wikipedia.
Sorry,
I can read fast.
I know that's fine. I'm just telling you.
Tolkien literally just takes pages of him singing. It's really humorous.
Yep.
Anyways, and he was the first step for the Fellowship to get on with their way.
Yes.
But I'm gonna go with Galadriel, and I originally was not gonna have Galadriel on this list, but then I was thinking back to things that she had done earlier on, and the fact and the things that she did during it, which aren't really explored in the movies. So it has been argued, has the most powerful of all the rings, and that no one could defeat her unless Saruman literally shows up on her doorstep and tries to take it from her hand. She does, again, kind of like Gandalf, she does everything not directly. So the gifts that she gives the members of the Fellowship end up becoming crucial in the battle. So she's the whole teach them how to fish as opposed to giving them fish sort of thing. She gives Sam the light and he doesn't know what the fuck to do with it until he figures it out, when he's battling Shelob. But she also had a lot of, the other thing that isn't mentioned in the movies is that she's the one who told Aragorn about the paths of the dead and the Rangers of the North. And they would not have been able to fight that battle without those Rangers. And she's the one who did that, who got them that power to come. And of course, she'd been around for centuries and centuries and she, was the leader of her land. And of course, the most powerful elf, probably second only to Elrond. So I'm going to go with and the other thing that is very impressive about her is that she understands true power and that she tested herself and did not take the ring. Even though she was tempted, she overcame that temptation, which most other creatures were not able to do. Even Frodo succumbed to the ring.
Yep.
But she was smart to be like, I'm not even going to touch it. And she's the one who's like, Sam, it's on you.
Yep.
You got to protect this guy. So I'm going with Galadriel for number 3.
I will add on to that. One thing I love about Galadriel as well is that she's also, I actually think she's better than Elrond, in every way, because Elrond is very, very elvish. He doesn't think or care like any other race. Galadriel also understands and can think like a human, which is what I love about her, and which is why she has such a powerful ring as well. That's a main thing where she's she can think and kind of separate herself from what she is, which is so cool. I apologize. Not explored in the movies whatsoever. But just a little.
Yeah, she has a much bigger role in the books. Much bigger.
But yeah. Hey, Lemar, I'm gonna shut up now. You have 3 choices. You have Samwise Gamgee, Galadriel, and Saruman.
But between the 3, I'm not picking Samwise. He's just not as interesting to me as the other 2. It's not that he doesn't deserve to be on the list. I won't say that. I just say for number 3 against these other 2, it's gonna be hard. So that leaves
Galadriel.
Saruman. I want to make sure I said the right Saruman. I'm actually, because they were already on my list as well, I'm going to vote for Saruman. Once again, there's a thing knowing, like, between the 2 characters, who knows the most about... Well, between the 2 characters, Saruman is far more known about people who have not read all 15 books, like you 2 have. And they can quickly go, like, this person is awesome. Like, if you went to your friends, it's like, do you know who Saruman is? Like, yeah, I know who that is. Do you know who Galadriel is? She one of the white women?
Okay. Kate Blanchett as Galadriel has been a prototype for, like, every actor for the next 20 years. Everybody knows Kate Blanchett as Galadriel. Can I just tell you how many voiceover auditions I've gotten that are like Galadriel, like Kate Blanchett is Galadriel. Every fantasy video game, whatever that has been made since Kate Blanchett was Galadriel references Kate Blanchett as Galadriel.
I'm pretty sure.
Do you know how many games of D&D people are just playing Sauron? Saruman. Do you know how many wizards from Gauntlet Legends in the 90s? It's just Saruman. It's just all Saruman. You're all black wizards of Saruman. And I mean, like, evil, not actual black wizards. They're all just Saruman. And that's what I got.
Okay.
And
thank you.
Not mad at him for, trying to destroy the earth. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay, so
have you been on Earth? You gotta let it go sometimes.
Well, he did it for his own personal power. He wasn't trying to do it for anybody else.
It's true.
So was most millennials. So, my number 2 should honestly be number 1. If we're being legit about it, it should be number 1. It's not going to be number 1 because there's a character in the book that did a thing 15 years ago, and it's fantastic. But he was mentioned earlier, and he needs to be here again, and all of your picks are wrong if you don't pick him. Smeagle, a.k.a. Gollum, a.k.a. Andy Serkis, a.k.a. one of the 2 Tolkien white boys in the Black Panthers movie.
Andy Serkis.
There you go.
Yes.
Andy Serkis, whatever. Gollum, everyone knows who Gollum is. Gollum was actually pretty interesting, even though, like, he never like, got over his obsession, but he was there to be the foil of, like, how bad this thing could really be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how deep into it you could be, and, like, that is a very pivotal character. And he's not supposed to be liked. He's not supposed to be lusted over and stuff like that. He's there to let you know, like, this ring is not good. It's not a good thing, and the passion and the love of it is too deep for one mortal to handle. And I dare you to tell me, like, a more memed or relevant character to this day,
of course,
than Smeagle.
Mr. Gollum.
Smeagle.
Absolutely. Okay. Alrighty. Who is next? Remember, it's me, so it's this guy.
So number 2 on the list here is. How do you pronounce her name? I'm not going to butcher this. Just pronounce her name for me.
Eowyn?
Yes, thank you.
Eowyn.
Eowyn. There we go. Eowyn is number 2 on this list because she is a badass lady who killed the Witch King. I really don't know what that means. I do know she's a badass.
I will follow up on this, and I will pick Eowyn as my number 2.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
And I will go even further. So she not only killed the Witch King, but people have been trying to take down Sauron for a really long fucking time. You know who was able to take him down? No one else but her.
Yeah.
The most powerful humans, the most powerful elves, none of them could have taken him down. Had she not taken him down, Middle-earth would be gone. So she literally is single-handedly responsible for taking it down. And because she said, no, I'm not staying back here. I'm fighting. Oh, but before she went onto the battlefield, disguising herself, she rescued all the people of her land and made sure they all got to safety before she snuck out onto the battlefield and fought them in her father's footsteps. Okay? She is the only female character in all of Tolkien's books who is called a shield maiden.
Yes.
There's no woman in his book. But they don't really do any fighting stuff. The shit Erwin did in the movies doesn't happen in the books. They made her much more badass in the movie. She doesn't fucking run. No. She heals people. That's all she does. So Eowyn is single-handedly responsible for saving Middle-earth.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's my girl.
Hey, Anna.
Yeah, that's right. Number 2.
This is
We got 2 for her. 2 for her. I'm just saying.
Make it 3, Anna. Make it 3, Anna. Come on. Let's do a clean sweep.
Here's my top 5.
I will go at my action figures right now and my necklace. That's how much I love this woman.
I love how your cat was like, oh, mommy's talking Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna clean myself. I'm gonna cleanse.
She's my emotional support animal. She understands. She gets it.
That was funny.
Like, Mom's stressed out right now. Eowyn might not make this list.
Ooh, the cat decides the fate. I'm just saying.
Oh man. Okay, Anna. All right, Anna. Who's your number 2?
Man, so this is the part where I get kicked off. I'm just kidding.
No, you're doing great.
My answers just get more and more basic because I am basic. So, number 2, I'm just gonna go with Frodo.
Oh, okay.
Could be high.
Challenge card.
Wait, you don't have to. You don't have to load a challenge card yet. Not yet.
Okay.
If Tyler chooses Frodo, then you can.
Never mind. I got excited. I'm sorry.
Well, we know what's up with this.
I know.
Tyler's not the most useless character in all of Middle-earth. He's not the most useless character at all. I'm sorry.
I just want to clarify.
No,
that was no hesitation.
I know.
No, I'm scared. Tyler, can you vote?
Oh, you want me to vote? Okay.
So you said Frodo. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I won't go
no
for
hesitation.
I won't go for Frodo but I do love Frodo. Frodo's easily top 10, but not my top 5 for sure. I love Frodo. He's very important, and like honestly, unlike most number 1 protagonists in fantasy, he actually has he succumbs to evil. I mean, Frodo has more drive and more character development than like most main characters in fantasy, and it's sad, and he's great, but he's not top 5 for me, unfortunately.
He would have done nothing had it not been for Sam. Let's be honest.
I love Gollum, but the problem is that Gollum doesn't mean shit to the history. He has great character development, and he's very iconic, but iconic doesn't mean best. Eowyn is also okay. You know what? Here it is. Here it is, Lemar. Eowyn is also representation, which is also very important too. As all the amazing things that I said in number 4, I'm picking Eowyn, and I'm so happy I'm picking Eowyn because I didn't think she would be sad. I will say this: I get to go first. In the next one, I get to go first in the next one, and I full-heartedly believe in it. So I'm transitioning over to this because I've talked enough about Eowyn so far. So you all know how I feel about Eowyn, and I know how you guys feel.
So number 2,
challenge cards. She is number 2, but so anybody?
Okay.
Challenge card.
Moving on.
Yeah, I feel like throwing one in just for the hell of it.
I don't have one. I lost mine.
Yeah, we lost ours.
Definitely.
Anna.
What?
Challenge card.
But you want that definitely.
No.
Have the
Okay, so I'm
always number 1 in my heart, but I'm okay with number 2. I can take number 2.
I love Eowyn. Okay, so I'm going first, and this really sucks because
Yeah, buddy.
This character deserves to be number one for so many reasons. I'm trying to condense this down to a 5-minute discussion as opposed to an hour of what I can talk about this one character. Again, I've been talking about basically characters that have long-lasting impressions, long-lasting things, and everything. The thing is that this character is so comparable to so many other characters throughout the history of Middle Earth, and where this one character is also kind of especially during the Lord of the Rings books, this trilogy, he's so comparable to the main god, with his valor, and he's strong. He is so strong, and he okay, I'm gonna say it. It's Samwise Gamgee. Samwise Gamgee is so comparable to so many other characters of Middle Earth history that is extremely important. Sam understands the weight of the ring and takes it upon himself to actually carry Frodo through it literally. He may not be able to hold on to it at all, but he is able to deal with both Gollum and Frodo, be with the Eagles, help Frodo even finish the book, and also is the one who understands why Frodo is leaving, unlike everybody else, and actually make sure that Hobbiton is now on the map. Where Hobbiton before, they were so worried about meddling or being even a part of the world that they're in, where Samwise Gamgee kind of flooded the doors open because Bilbo tried to keep them so secluded and secretive and was such a douchebag. And obviously Frodo was his character. But Sam is like the future of Hobbiton, who basically is like, I'm going to let the world in. Not only that, but again, the events of Lord of the Rings, Frodo wouldn't have gone through without Samwise Gamgee. And Samwise Gamgee is basically, and has been talked to by a lot of scholars, who is also supposed to be blessed in everything by Valar, who is the main god of Middle Earth. And there's a lot of things about his journey with himself and realization and going with Frodo with the beginning of Middle Earth as well. So it's like really, really cool parables and everything with Samwise Gamgee. But the thing is that out of everything written of Middle Earth, Samwise Gamgee is the strongest character and basically the type of character that every single character wants to be, that Tolkien writes about. He is not only a messenger, but he's also a soldier, but also a healer, and also the best defense that you could have. And Tolkien was really big on war and brotherhood and basically doing everything that you could to essentially make sure that not only the world is safe, but so are those closest to you and who hold on to what is most important, which is the ring, and carrying on through the mission. And Samwise, it reflects so much of one of Tolkien's best friends and why he takes good care of him in the books, and why Samwise is so important and fantastic. And I'm talking too much, but I could keep going. Samwise Gamgee is the best character in all of Middle Earth because he encompasses so much more.
Okay.
Who's following?
I will follow. I do.
Oh, hell yeah.
I am going to pick a character who was instrumental in influencing Sam and making sure Sam stuck by Frodo and never left his side, who was instrumental in forming the Fellowship, who was instrumental in guiding them to where they needed to go, who, even before the Fellowship happened, previously fought against Sauron and created the alliance between elves and men, who was the person who hid Aragorn and preserved the line, knowing that this person would soon become king, but he had to protect him. And I'm going with my man, Elrond. He is an elf. He is not, here's the thing. He's smart as fuck. He's been around, but he is not afraid to strap on a sword, run out into the middle of a war, and try and fight and defeat this ancient evil. And he has been instrumental in Middle Earth since, well, I mean, he was around a little bit in the First Age, but since the Second Age at least. He and Gandalf are best friends, you know, but the Fellowship wouldn't have existed without him. Sam and Frodo never would have made it to the Misty Mountains without him. You know, he gave Frodo the Mithril, which, had he not been wearing that, Frodo would have died in the Mines of Moria. So I'm going with Elrond.
It's a good, solid choice. I love Elrond.
Solid choice. Fucking love L. Ron Hubbard.
Right.
Solid choice.
Oh my God. All right, Anna and Lemar, how are you gonna follow us?
How you gonna follow that? Follow that.
I can't.
Come on, Lemar. Bullshit your way out of this. I want to see this.
Go ahead.
Hell yeah.
Man.
Come on, motherfuckers. Let's go.
Oh man. Okay. Well, my number one, as he holds a place in my heart. Aragorn. You know.
What's Aragorn?
What's
Aragorn?
Aragorn. He's the ultimate.
Oh, Aragorn, that nigga. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah. He really worked his way up to be that amazing king leader, and he leads my heart. So there we go.
That is such
Yeah.
a bullshit answer, but I love it. Hell yeah.
You know,
you made that up. She made that up on top of the heart. She has no idea, but she feels that. Okay,
honestly, the way he opened up the doors at Helm's Deep was just like, yeah, just the two doors and walking with the sway.
Snowing locks and the
ultimate bay. So there we go.
He broke his toe.
Wait, I need to see a photo. Oh, he's the hot one. Okay, yeah, I remember now.
He's the hot one.
Yeah. No, I remember his ass. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
Viggo Mortensen.
Now.
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Right,
I remember now.
All right, Lemar.
My favorite meme. Can't walk your way into Aragorn. Come on, Lemar. Come on, Lemar. Let's go. Bibbidi bobbidi. Come on, let's go.
Bibbidi bobbidi.
That's really.
It's Smeagle. It's just Smeagle.
Seriously, are we back on?
I don't know why you're acting like it's not Smeagle. I don't know why you're acting like he's not the most influential character of the Lord of the Rings. I'm trying to act like I don't know why you're trying to act like if you gave someone a test saying who do you recognize out of all these motherfuckers, he would get every single test from grandparents 99 years old to people who just popped out. They would look at us like, oh, that's Smeagol. I think that's either Legolas or Aragorn. That's either Saruman or Sauron. That's either left titty or right titty. But everyone knows who Gollum and Smeagol is. Everybody. This is the Speedy Gonzalez of Pix.
He lived in a cave for
You know what I'm talking about?
He did nothing except smoke in a cave.
He was the most popular character of the whole thing. Of the whole thing. Of the whole thing. You know why The Hobbit didn't do as well as Lord of the Rings? Because the fucker wasn't in it.
He was.
You know
what? He's in the first movie. No, second.
The Hobbit.
Yeah.
The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah. The riddles. The riddles. That's why I said he's a riddle king.
Yeah, they have the whole
Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
These movies at all, man.
No.
It's Gollum. It's Gollum.
All right.
You know it's Gollum. Matt, search your fucking feelings.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely search my fucking feelings for this. Oh, definitely. Oh, it's gonna be fucking beautiful. Because you want to know the fun thing out of all these characters? Out of all these characters, I personally would punch every single one of them in the face, except one of them. Except one. Lemar, you think I'm gonna punch Smeagol in the face?
I'd punch Smeagol in the face.
I totally
And you are not wrong about that at all.
The whole
Okay.
time in Lord of the Rings, I'm like, Frodo, just fucking punch him in the face.
Yes,
like,
thank
why? Punch him in the face.
Hit him with a rock.
Elrond, as amazing as that elf is, you think I wouldn't punch him in the face?
I'd like to see you try.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You
right,
try, and I may get fucked up,
Agent
but I
Smith,
still
man.
would try. Okay.
Yeah.
Aragorn, he is so beautiful that I'm jealous, and I would punch him in the face.
Oh, I would for sure punch Aragorn in the face.
Definitely punch him in the face.
Oh,
But you know who I wouldn't punch in the face? Mr. Samwise. I would not punch him in the face at all. Now, don't get me wrong. He does have a punchable face. Yes.
Wow, I love John Astin.
But I know I would still punch him in the face because he's famous and known and loved, and he fucking carried Frodo. Okay, but in this instance, he is my number one.
Yeah,
and I'm choosing Mr. Samwise to win all. Look, if it was my choice, I would choose Tree Nigga because I love that tree. But I can't do that.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. He's definitely appreciate that.
I I think.
But go ahead, Tyler. Go ahead. I want to hear this.
I will say this. I've always loved Sam in the books and everything, and also in the movie, but it wasn't until I started reading a lot more into it, looking more into the guides and looking more parables, and also reading more about Tolkien as to why Sam was so important, because like I said, he's not just important only in the books and the movies, but he was also so important to the actual creator of it, and like was actually one of the few characters actually based on a real life person. And that's why I'm just like, every time I see him on screen or read a book or read the books, and it hits me so hard. Where it was like Tolkien's just writing his friend in like the most vulnerable time, which is war. You know, it's like, oh, it's great. I'm so sorry, Lindsay. What were you gonna say?
I'm debating using my challenge card.
Oh,
I'm debating it because and you said it yourself. If you're looking for a character who is influential throughout Middle Earth, throughout the ages,
yeah,
Elrond is arguably the most influential character. Someone would not have followed Frodo were it not for Elrond creating the Fellowship and encouraging Sam to go with him.
I will say this: Elrond is a piece of crap, though. Man, everything that happened after the war. Man, he just should have taken that ring and been like, yeah, you're an idiot. Like, all of it is technically his fault. Like, honestly, I know Lemar wanted eagles the entire time. Elrond could have been the person that fixed it all. Like, unfortunately, as much as I don't want to use this, I'm pulling a Lemar and being like, damn it, Elrond, why don't you just take it and throw it?
Because he knew it had to be destroyed. You can't just throw it away. That's what happened. That's how freaking Smeagle got it.
That's true. That's true.
Now, the only reason why I would say don't throw in your card is because you would basically have to convince Anna and Lemar. They are just as clueless as my black ass is. So you going all out will no point. No point.
Oh my
God,
all. That's so sad.
There's no point in convincing them.
Give Anna Lemar more credit than that.
It is pretty.
I am not.
Like, the fact that Elrond is not on this list is staggering.
I mean, Lindsay, I will let you know. 10. Yeah, I will let you know. None of our lists are good. I don't think there's one list that any of us are proud of. That's the beauty of most String Ranking Challenge. Now that we have our top 5, which is Merry at number 5. Why? Number 4, Gandalf. Number 3, Saruman.
But not Elrond? Come on now. Yeah.
Why do you think I came out swinging with Gollum? I'm just saying. But anyways, it's Merry, Gandalf, Saruman, Éowyn, and Samwise. I am okay with the top 3, not very much top 4 and 5. But yeah, I'm saying I would yeah. You know what? No, that's a whole other discussion. But now before we go on to our negative 3, we all didn't have a pick. So now we're going on to our honorable mentions, and as always, I will start off with mine. My honorable mention would be Bilbo Baggins. We wouldn't have had anything without him. Tolkien, you know, if he didn't write The Hobbit, maybe he wouldn't even created Middle Earth at all. So, got to give it up to the first main of Tolkien's fantasy career, which is Bilbo Baggins. And I would have also said Tom Bombadil, but I gotta give it up to there and back again, Mr. Bilbo. So, all right, who would like to go next on your honorable mention?
Sure,
it should have been Gollum. It should have been Gollum. You're all wrong, and you should feel ashamed of yourselves. You know you should. You know you should.
Yeah, we watched the movie. Shut up. Yeah, watch shit. Don't give me that bullshit. Don't give me that bullshit.
It should have been Smeagle. This is the Speedy Gonzalez bullshit.
Oh my god!
Oh man!
You know, no, he's bullshit. He's like, I'm gonna go home and watch Lord of the Rings right after all this shit to make sure my argument was valid.
Hey Matt, who's your honorable mention?
Motherfucking tree nigga, yeah, motherfucking tree nigga. I'm sorry, tree beard. Tree beard, my favorite.
Don't worry,
I love it.
I wrote him down. Correctly.
He is the R2D2 of fucking Lord of the Rings. He is awesome. He don't give a fuck. He talks all that shit. He will say everything he wants because he's a tree nigga. Love his ass. Tree nigga. Hell yeah.
He's the R2D2.
You know I'm right, Tyler. You know I'm right.
I'm a big fan of Treebeard. He
I
definitely,
love Treebeard.
He was in my last. You said Treebeard, but I'm gonna go with Beorn.
Who's that?
I'm gonna go with Beorn,
Bjorn, Beorn. You're right. No. You're right. I'm wrong.
So he is a man who can turn into a bear. He lives,
into a bear? Oh, hell yeah.
Turns into a bear. Again, had a much bigger role in the books.
Yes.
So the
movie butchered him.
Sheltered the dwarves. We definitely don't get the full extent of how strong he is, but he is very strong. But he aided the dwarves and Bilbo in, trying to reclaim the Lonely Mountain. Again, this was not in the movies, but he, in the years between the wars, the 5 armies and the War of the Rings, he left, chilling in Mirkwood to become a leader of the woodmen and, the people living on the fringes of Mirkwood, and, started fighting. They aid the elves in their battle against Sauron, and I don't know how to explain it to people who haven't seen it, but, he's a bear man, and he's really powerful, and he protects people, and he,
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the Hobbit movie, but again, they don't go into him as deeply as they do in the books. I think he gave Bilbo and the dwarves like the information that they needed about which path to take to get through Mirkwood. So yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Anna, who's your honorable mention that we didn't get to name?
Well, we named him. I'm gonna go with Gimli.
All right.
Oh, you mean the bromance?
The bromance. That cracked me up.
Yeah.
Kept me going. It kept me going. So, yeah. By the way, you guys have convinced me to read the books.
Oh, you should.
Like,
I'm
so convinced. I'm
too far deep.
The audiobooks are amazing.
I did also want Tiriel to be an honorable mention just because there's no fucking women in The Hobbit. And thank God in the movies, there's like, we can't make a movie without a single woman. We will create Tiriel. And I'm not mad about it. A lot of people were mad.
Yep.
She's not in the books. We can't have it. And I was like, I'm not mad about it. I was mad about creating a bullshit love story between her and a fucking dwarf. Totally unnecessary.
Let her be wrong. They did her wrong.
You don't need this bullshit. That's why she was not my honorable mention, because she had the potential.
Yep.
But then male screenwriters do what fucking male screenwriters do, and they make her a goddamn prop for a male character. But she was a badass. I think she was a better fighter than Legolas. I do.
I said this before in a podcast. I actually was really hoping that they would make another Lord of the Rings movie, but about Tiriel, basically going in between, like basically combining and connecting Lord of the Rings and Hobbit more. So, but that would have been really cool to follow her.
Maybe she'll be in the TV show. Who knows?
That'd be awesome. I would love that.
I just had to show everyone else. Eowyn is my girl.
Oh, that's dope.
And her necklace with her shield on it.
That is so cool.
So she made the list. I'm very happy.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done.
I'm happy she's on the list because honestly,
we got the most on the list. Yeah.
All right.
We got Mary and some other shit.
I can't believe Mary's on this list. I love Mary. I prefer Pippin. I always will prefer Pippin. Always.
Hey man, Pippin may show up on this shit. We don't know.
Okay.
Pippin's not easy though.
Pimping is, or it is, depending on how you see it, though.
All right, I'm putting this in the episode. Alrighty, and so we're going to be doing the bottom 3 characters of Middle Earth. And for this, the judges will be at number 3, Lindsay, number 2, Lemar, and number 1, me. Mr. Tyler, who's not fantastical. So, Lindsay, the special thing about the bottom 3 is that you also get a choice, and you can be selfish and pick your own. So, all right, everybody. So, Matthew, you were judged last. Would you like to go first for the third worst Lord of the Rings character?
Yeah, I don't mind, because once again, this ain't even my list. This is my partner's list. I have fair warning, Tyler. This thing has been full of liquor and mead the whole time. I've been drinking this the whole time, so that's why it's been chaotic. Anyway,
at least mead is like top. It's good. It's good for this situation.
Oh yeah. Just found out what mead was recently. I love it. And I just drank this whole giant thing full of it. It's delicious. Anyway, this number 3 says, Scottie Pippen always is fucking shit up and somehow turns out okay. It's bullshit. Fuck Pippen. That's what it says. That's what the list says. That's what it says.
As much as I don't agree, I will say Pippen is like privileged the character in Lord of the Rings. I will give you that.
So yeah, apparently the number 3 for bad characters, Pippen. Like, I love Scottie Pippen, but this Pippen, no. Fuck this Pippen. No. The other one, Mary's better. Mary is better. That's why Mary made top 5. Okay, and this one gonna make bottom 3.
Oh my god! So they'll both be on the list together. Okay. I feel like I have to go.
I mean,
okay.
After that, yes.
So I as we can see from my last list, villains are very important to me, especially for Middle Earth. There are some villains though that suck. They're important, but they suck. Like, the character sucks. There's no growth for them at all. Like, we get to know a little bit about their backstory in the book, but even then, like, Tolkien was like, who gives a crap? Everybody's gonna hate this character regardless. Wormtongue. I don't mind Wormtongue. He's not the worst, but like, he's not a good character at all. And he's one of those ones where you're just like, Tolkien, you could have tried a little bit harder. Like, you really could have tried harder. Like, come on. So my number 3 will be Mr. Wormtongue. Wormtongue? Yeah, Grimmin.
Grimma.
Yeah. Grimma. Yes,
so,
thank you.
Is that the one that said you have no power here? Or is I'm thinking of somebody else?
No, that's Theoden. That's King Theoden, and you give him your goddamn respect.
Nigga, I don't know. Nothing. Nada. Zip. ¿Qué pasó? Escolta? Nada. Okay, I don't know nothing, okay? Seriously. You're killing me.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Alrighty. Who wants to go next?
Please follow that. Anybody. Lemar, please go ahead.
I'm voting, but I also go, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
you can. If you want, you can.
Honestly, Wormtongue was my number 2. More than happy to put him at number 3, though. So, yeah. He's a dick.
Yeah.
He's a slimy, schmarmy little dick, but also has very little character development. You really don't know why he's doing what he's doing. You're like, oh, you're controlling the king. But why and what do you get out of it? I don't understand.
We understand why is because of the armies and stuff. But but then afterwards he's just a Saruman.
Yeah,
and he's just like, hey, I suck, and Saruman, you do suck. You really do suck.
Yeah. So I'm happy to give him my third spot as well. So there we go.
Yeah. Okay, Anna.
I also choose him.
Great. I'm voting.
He's the worst. He's the worst. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Also, he looks super gross. It's like, dude, have you not heard of shampoo? I mean, come on. His hair in the movies is just like,
it bothered me so much. I just like, ew.
But he is the voice of.
Just shows it.
He is the voice of Chucky, though. All right, Lemar.
That's why I didn't like him.
I think Lemar. I don't know if he needs to say anything, man. I think the judge made a choice already.
Well, who's your number 3? We have to hear.
Yeah.
My number 3
is
Erwin.
Smeagle.
Erwin
Wait. Whoa. Arwen or Aowen?
The difference?
There's a
Yes.
difference?
Yes.
See?
R-W-I-N. Okay, so Arwen,
Yes.
Elrond's daughter, married to Aragorn, or
Played by Liv
Éowyn,
Tyler.
human shield maiden, married to Faramir, kills the Witch King. Very different.
Very
Okay.
different.
So like, wait, which one's the worst? Which one's the worst of the two?
I mean, Arwen's still even not that bad, but honestly,
Well,
like,
Arwen does a little healing, but she's like, she really doesn't have a story. She's there to be a love interest to Aragorn. Oh my God, you gave up your immortality for me. Meh, meh, meh.
I will say this: she also does not fear any of the wow, Tyler, come on. She doesn't fear the Shadow Riders.
The ring wraiths. The ring wraiths.
Thank you. The ring wraiths. She doesn't fear the ring wraiths, which is pretty badass.
I feel like she could have been an amazing character. I feel like Tolkien half-assed her and could have done so much more with her.
Yeah. Well,
that's just
also Elrond's her father, and he's like the biggest control freak. So I also understand why we didn't get full badass Arwen, because he's just like, what? You're breathing without me knowing? You can't dress out like that. You can't dress up like this to go outside. What's wrong with you? And like, it's Elrond, and you're just like, fuck. Like, damn it,
Lemar,
Dad.
hear me out.
Father's shadow.
Lemar, hear me out. Choose Ned Stark. This is what you're gonna do. You choose Ned Stark, right? Because the actor is also a Lord of the Rings, I think. Right?
He's on
Boromir.
See?
Okay.
He's
Wait.
Choose Ned Stark.
Lemar, who was it? Was it Arwen or Éowyn, or are you just gonna say White Lady?
White Lady.
Okay. You know what?
Okay.
I agree.
Since we had 3 for Wormtongue, and I feel like we got him out of the way already, let's just go with Wormtongue for this one.
Okay, I agree, but you know, just
Ned Stark. He chose Ned Stark. Okay.
Just
fucked up the Starks.
Just you wait for number 2.
Okay, so for
I'm the judge.
My number 2 is Boromir.
Oh wow.
Arrogant son of a bitch.
I love Boromir.
I'm on the castle. I'm on the council, but I'm human, so I'm better than all of y'all. Oh, you're cute. You're a little hobbit. Give me the ring. Give me the ring, and we don't need to destroy it. We'll use it for power correctly, because that had worked the past couple thousand years. No. Oh, and then I'm going to, backstab you, Frodo, and I'm going to, try and kill you. Oh, but then in my dying breath, I'm going to realize I did something wrong. Also, you let your dad walk all over your fucking little brother. You were supposed to protect him, dude. And we'll just wait till we get to number 1. But I'm like, Boromir, you stabbed the Fellowship in the back. You're kind of a dick.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you died.
I love Boromir. I love Boromir so much in the books, because he's so tragic in the books.
He's a little more tragic in the books, but still.
Yeah.
He's arrogant. I don't like arrogance.
He's arrogant because he has to, he doesn't want to. He wants to be there for Faramir, but his dad is just like, his dad is the Elrond of humans, where he's just like, I am never wrong.
We're getting to my number 1. We're getting to my number 1.
But yeah, anyways. Anna, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off if I did.
No, I was just gonna say I'm also on the Boromir, down for Boromir train. So
okay.
Sorry. Just wanted to punch him in his face.
I'll go next, even though I might regret it, because
but yeah.
I might regret this, but I'll go next and let Matt go last.
Sure.
So I do love this character, even though we were so anti him last round. I love Legolas. However, I don't like his dad. His dad is very poorly written.
Dad is a fucking shithead.
Yeah.
Okay, Thandriel, I was like, no, maybe Thandriel could have taken my place for Boromir. Okay, yeah, I'm open to this.
Thandriel is again, this is when I mean worse, I mean like these are characters I feel like even Tolkien didn't even care about. He basically was like, I need a conflict, and he wrote them.
They literally show up to the war and turn their back and walk away.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't get worse than that. You're like, Elrond's like, guys, help us. We can totally defeat them. And Thranduil's just like, deuces.
Yeah. Like he's that douchebag friend that'll be there just to be like, hey, by the way, I'm not coming in. Like you're throwing a party and they come in the front door and you're like, oh, hey, what's up, Thranduil? And he was like, oh, I just wanted to let you know in person, I'm not coming inside. Have a good night. And walks away. Like
the big army behind me, also not coming.
Yeah, like he's just that douchebag. But like again, Tolkien just didn't care about Thranduil. He was like, I just need a conflict and a bad elf. And so he didn't care about writing more at all. And like Legolas did get all the character development. And that's the weird thing is like in Lord of the Rings, Legolas barely talks about his dad or even mention. I think he mentions his dad once. I believe Gimli mentions his dad more.
Yeah,
but like
I don't think
but
by name.
Like honestly, it's just like when he wrote The Hobbit, he was like, who cares? And then in Lord of the Rings, he was like, I created a better character named Legolas. And then they're like, he's the son of Thranduil. And I'm not gonna say anything else about Thranduil because who gives a fuck? And like when you write a character like that, like, yeah, he's a shit character because nobody cares. Even though we read about this, he took up a good chunk in The Hobbit. So like we should care. And even Tolkien was like, I don't need to expand.
All the dwarves for like no reason.
I mean, when you go to the Mines of Moria, he focuses so much on the tombs and who are all there of all the dwarves, and then you're like, I'm Thranduil's kid, and like the reader's like, who's Thranduil? And Tolkien's like, fuck you, this is Legolas, he's better, and like that's it, that's all you get. Anyways, Thranduil.
Oh. We're here for moral support of y'all. We're your background characters, or y'all just talk about Lord of the...
Hey, remember when we did like video game soundtracks and all this other stuff that I had zero idea about? And wrestling? Remember when we did wrestling?
You think I had any idea of video game soundtracks?
Yeah, I did. Wait, can I vote on this? I vote Skyrim.
We'll go back to that later. Season two. We'll talk about that. Look, all I'm gonna say is after this podcast,
oh my God,
I'm going to make Tyler do the hoodest podcast ever. It's gonna be like top 5 black exploit movies, and you're gonna have to choose every single one of this shit, Tyler. Okay?
Oh,
we're gonna make you do this.
I know my number one, coffee. 1,000 hands down, coffee.
Sure, whatever. We're gonna make you do this. We're gonna talk about this later.
It's the last dragon, Tyler. Anyway, so we got Boromir, Thranduil.
I haven't even said mine.
Yeah, what you got? What you got, Matt?
I'm gonna follow the rules that I've been following the whole time with this fucking list. It says, hold on, let me scroll. It says, Faramir. Well, my daddy didn't love me. Guess I'll go die. That's what the fuck.
He didn't die. No, he didn't. Oh,
no, he didn't die. But
no. Oh no.
That's what, Tyler, I need you to understand here. I am reading the list. I am trying not to sleep on the couch tonight. Okay, I am listening.
Hand.
Okay?
Erica.
The list.
I honestly, Erica.
I'm gonna have to fight on this one too, Tyler. I'm with you.
We still got to
hand, and he overcame.
Faramir was my number 2 if I was not judge. Like
number two. I'm just saying. It says, "Daddy didn't love me. Guess I'll go die!" Exclamation point! Smiley face. That's what it says. Okay.
I can see. I get it.
That's what the fuck it says. I don't even know. Look, I don't know what Faramir is. I thought he was near Mir. I don't fucking know this. This is what the list says, y'all. I'm obeying
Boromir's younger brother. He ends up marrying Eowyn.
Eowyn.
That's dope.
Becoming like the biggest badass.
Cool, but that's what this list said. Dad didn't love me, and that's
I'll allow it that you didn't write this list, and I'll have some choice words with Erica later.
She in the chat. She can listen. But the point is, Faramir, number 2. Yay!
What's up, Lemar? What's up, Lemar? How's it going?
I have a number 1 that should win, so I'm just gonna abstain because this is the only one I really give a shit about. But for this one, I'm going to pick the only character I recognize, which is Boromir, because one does not simply walk into the second worst character of all time.
I mean, one of us gonna get on the list. It don't matter.
Okay, what is that? That's 3 for Boromir, 1 for Faramir, and 1 for.
My pick's Boromir. Boromir's gonna win.
Makes sense.
Okay.
You know what?
Man, this is just. We on number 1? I hope all of us choose number 1 unanimously. I really hope. I legit hope.
No.
I guarantee you're not going to pick what I'm about to pick.
You're not going to pick what I'm going to pick either. And I'm the judge, and so already.
Okay.
Wow me.
Well, we know this ain't going to win.
Wow
Erica,
me, Matt.
Your one ain't going to win, man. Just letting you know that.
All right, Lemar. Lemar, you get to go first.
Pick all the people of color in the Lord of the Rings.
The elves? No, not the elves. The orcs.
Which is 3 orcs. They have 45 seconds of lines in 3 movies. Why? Might as well just kick them out. No reason. They also made them the orcs.
Tolkien actually goes into detail about this.
He does. A lot.
Wait. Is there a good reason there's no people of color in a place where the sun exists?
There's not a good reason, but there is a reason.
Hey,
that seems like a bad thing to have in the Lord of the Rings, doesn't it? It's okay. Magic keeps your skin, pasty. Go ahead and pick somebody else. Go ahead. Who's next?
Oh, God.
Legolas?
Anna. Please, Anna. Because I know they are not going to like the number 1. Even my number 1 that I'm choosing on this list, on her list, is also my number 1 too. And I know they're not going to agree with this, so it don't matter. It don't matter. Anna, please go.
No.
Yeah, I mean, no one's going to like my number 1. I'm just going to say it.
Let's go.
For number 1, I chose Pippin because he just, just
Pippin. It's okay, Anna. You don't need to know this shit. You don't have to lie to yourself. None of us know this shit besides them two. It's okay. Don't lie to yourself.
Yeah,
it's okay.
You're right. You're right.
You know Star Wars. I see baby baby Yoda in the background. You don't need to know about. Yeah, you don't need to know this shit.
Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda will always be Baby Frodo to me now. Thank you, Matt, for that.
Baby Frodo.
Look. This is basically a podcast in discussion with these two and chaos. That's it. Y'all niggas don't even need to get involved in this. Y'all don't fucking think. It's okay. It's okay. All right. So, Anna. Pippin, there they are. Scottie Pippen, you motherfucker. Scottie Pippen, I hope you're watching this, and I hope you love Lord of the Rings too. Please. Is he alive? Actually, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. We'll find out about that. Okay, he is good. Thank you. Anyway, since y'all went, I'm going to go. Okay.
I was going to say, you've been talking. You should go.
Let me go to the list. Let me go to the list. Okay. The list be saying, and I do agree with this. Number 1 as worst character is motherfucking Frodo. Okay. And it says right here, literally any reason why he is the worst character. The whole schlop thing, the getting taken by the orcs, trusting Gollum, the fucking list goes on and on. And even my dumb ass who don't remember nothing about Lord of the Rings know that fucking Frodo didn't share the goddamn load and he's fucking useless. So it's fucking Frodo's number 1. Remember this.
Damn.
1.
Okay.
Frodo. Motherfucker.
Lindsay, please go.
I mean, solid arguments there, but I'm going to go with Denethor. I'm going with Denethor. Because can we just say, worst fucking dad ever, worst fucking king ever? Like literally, your son, who you've been shitting on for decades, has been like fighting his little heart out, and he comes back and he's super injured, and he's not dead. He's just injured, and everyone's saying, hey, he's just injured. He's like, no, he's dead. And he literally starts a funeral pile and lights the motherfucker on fire to cremate him while he's still alive. He's like drunk half the time. He's eating all of this food when the rest of his people are starving. I mean, he's the worst. Yeah. The worst. He is a dirtbag human being, and I would totally punch him in the face and probably other places as well.
Oh.
Okay.
Understandable.
Okay, I have heard all of you guys. So, first off, I need to ask
He's gonna be
everybody here.
selfish. He's gonna be selfish.
I have to ask.
You motherfucker.
Okay, first off, who out of everybody here who has seen Lord of the Rings in entirety? Lemar?
No, obviously.
No?
I have
Okay,
been bullshitting
that's
this whole podcast. Obviously.
Who has seen the Hobbit movies? Okay.
Does it count if I fall asleep?
Sure. As long
Okay.
as did you see the second Hobbit movie?
Yeah.
Yes, but I fell
Okay.
asleep.
Cool.
I've
Okay.
watched all this
Lemar,
shit.
as much as I agree with you, I'm not going to choose yours. But the thing is that I'm also very upset that they did not cast people of color in those movies because they should have,
Yeah.
and that is terrible, and that makes me upset. But however, I'm not going to choose yours because I just feel like I don't know if I can.
You can. Oh, you definitely can. Please, if you do, this will be beautiful.
I will say this. I'm so because like I said from the last round, I'm very offended by Frodo. Because Frodo is extremely he's not a Mary Sue. He's not Harry Potter. You know,
Useless.
he is so relatable, you know? Like you're given all power and of course and everything, and you have this very manipulative creature that you also are empathetic about, and you're like, God, I knew you. You were Smeagle. You were you were like me. And look what this ring do to you. I'm gonna trust you so I can fix you. Like, I understand all of Frodo's choices. He's such a good character. He's flawed. He gets stabbed in the first like 20 minutes, you know, like by a ring wraith. Like Harry Potter and all these other bullshit fantasy main characters like outlive everything. Where Frodo literally almost dies and Arwen's just like, okay, you stupid fuck. Why didn't you run? Like, you know, like Frodo is flawed and he's so relatable and great, and it makes me sad that people don't like him. When I think that he is absolutely the strongest protagonist of any fantasy book for a very long time, not counting John Carter, which is more on the sci-fi territory, but it's also still in the half. It's like Star Wars. It's like sci fantasy still because there's a lot of shit in John Carter. I digress.
Yes, thank you.
Pippin is such a good character, and I think he's better than Merry because the thing is as much as Merry is a badass because of Éowyn, he still would not have grown without Éowyn, where Pippin actually would have grown and learned, and it was his part of his family, and that's I digress.
I mean, they did convince the Ents to join the battle, you know?
Yep,
so
yes. And that poem is the greatest. Oh God. Anyways. Okay, so we all forgot about a character in The Hobbit that they created for the movie. And here's the thing. They created some characters for this movie, and they created a lot of scenarios and a lot of situations and stuff like that. And some of them are okay. I actually very much love Teriel, minus the fact that she fell in love with oh my God. Why am I...
the twins.
Yeah, I know.
Keely and fucking
Keely and Feely. But I think she fell in love with Feely. No, Keely. She fell in love with Keely and yeah. Anyways, yeah. I love Teriel. I really did. I really wanted another movie focus on her. There's another character that they created named Alfred from Lake Town. Alfred from Lake Town was the unibrow guy that they created out of nothing, and he was the worst character and the worst part of that movie. As much as I'm so sorry, Lindsay, I'm gonna be selfish. I'm picking Alfred.
Are you serious?
I am picking Alfred from Lake Town because if you've seen the second Hobbit movie and you don't agree with me,
he's a charming little flap.
But like the thing is like the leader of Lake Town was already like that in the book. Why did you need another character to do that to him?
Yeah, when Stephen Fry's character, it's like, did we need two of them?
Exactly. That's why I'm like, okay, you created a character that was just the same thing as the character that was already there, but not only that, you also included what? So it's like, so not only am I picking him because he was a bad character, but because he was the most unnecessary addition to any film of anything. Like Alfred, Mr. Unibrow Ugly Man, was the most useless character, and like everybody hated him because you're like, the character you work for is literally you. Like, why do we need you? So, yeah, I'm actually going to be selfish for once and pick Alfred from Lake Town. Anna and Matt, do you remember this character?
my heart and soul goes to Frodo being useless as shit. But hey, look, you're the judge. It don't matter.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
Cards.
I stand by you.
I get shown the challenge card, but do you really think I'm gonna convince you that Frodo is a worse character than the Unibrow nigga? Like, don't get me wrong. Exactly. So I am not gonna waste my time and throwing a challenge card. I have no point. Okay, there's no point. You know, I'm throwing my challenge card. I want to use Joffrey Baratheon as my number one choice as the worst fucking character.
He's not even a Baratheon.
Where the fuck he is? Joffrey is just a bad person.
Wait. Here's the other thing. That's the other thing. He is 100% Lannister because his father is his fucking uncle. He is 100.
Baratheon, Tyler. They said that his last name was Baratheon. That's the problem.
He's the worst.
Whatever. The point is, this there's no way we can convince you.
Denethor is also like very important because I see most of American leaders as Denethor, so I feel like that in itself is.
Denethor is just—he's a worthless dick. He's useless as a leader. He's worse as a father. Yeah.
He's Reagan and Trump.
I'm pretty positive Lemar and Anna ain't got nothing else to fucking say. So looks like Tyler,
Alfred,
that's your number one, right?
Here's my favorite thing is that they tried so hard to make him sound cooler. His name is Alfred, and it's ALFRID, and you're like, listen, you're not doing yourself or Tolkien any favors creating this character, having it be ID. You know, so. Yeah, I'm so sorry for being selfish, but I really think
I don't care enough to challenge it because he's a dick.
He was just the worst.
And I have to back up my argument.
Had more of an impact, but I don't disagree. Alfred's a dick. He was an unnecessary dick.
Exactly. And
I just want to remind y'all that all of this hey, everybody who's watching or listening to this podcast, please email the Gangrene Gathering if you have problems with this fucking list. Not us, because this is all them, not us. Just want to clarify that. Thank you.
If you have,
you put together the panel of people who don't understand Lord of the Rings. So
okay, listen. We just did an episode of Wrestlers that I was the only person who didn't know jack shit about. By the way,
I know nothing about wrestling. I know nothing.
Man, this is. Man, one of these episodes. Oh my god, this is gonna be.
But I will say this as our last episode of the season. I'm so happy to have you on, Lindsay. And our final list is our top 5: Merry, number 4, Gandalf, number 3, Saruman, number 2, Eowyn, and number 1, Samwise Gamgee. At number 3 for the worst of Middle Earth is Grima Wormtongue. Number 2, Boromir. Number 1, Alfred from Lake Town from the second and third Hobbit movies. Unfortunately, they exist. And with that, this list is all over the place, and I have so many different feelings. And maybe I might make it a whole bonus YouTube episode me talking about it.
Tyler, I didn't hate the Hobbit movies.
You know what?
I didn't hate them.
I will say this. I love the added stuff. I love them going and finally meeting Radagast, like actually giving Radagast some time.
I wanted Radagast to be on the list, but there was no reason for him to be on the list except that I really am a big Doctor Who fan and I loved seeing Sylvester McCoy as Radagast.
Yes.
And I was like, this is so great.
He was perfect. But you know what?
Acting was superb. It was well cast. It was well acted.
Yes.
Yes.
The writing was the writing, but I'll be damned if Martin Freeman is not fucking Bilbo Baggins.
He is so perfect. Yeah, no, the casting was on point. But and on that note, thank you so much for being with us this whole season. I'll probably do an additional episode, like YouTube video, talking about this because as you can tell, I very much love Lord of the Rings. Lemar, Matt, and Anna, I know you don't know much. Thank you so much for divulging and letting me do this episode.
I am going to make you do the blackest episode later.
Let's do it.
You know what? Top 10 Cheech and Chong movies. That's what we're gonna fucking do.
Okay, one thing.
I can't add to that. Actually, I've never seen a Cheech and Chong movie.
My dad was the biggest Cheech and Chong fan. Love him.
Oh, we can definitely have Lindsay back for that. That's cool.
Yeah, I know, Matt. I know Cheech and Chong, so that's just gonna bite you in the ass.
I know you do. Nah, I know it ain't gonna bite me in the ass. It'll be fine.
But you guys, thank you so much for being here. Let's do some Anna, where can they find you, and tell us a little bit more about Pop Prism Power?
So you can find me on Twitter at Anna Voltage, and Pop Prism Power is a podcast that I run with my best friend, and we talk about everything pop culture under the sun. And you can find us on social media at Pop Prism Power, all one word. Yeah.
Absolutely. Lemar Harris.
Guys and lasses, my name is LemartheConGuy. That's LemartheConGuy. You can find me Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, all under that handle. Make sure you follow me on Twitter because that is where I'm doing Twitch, which is where I'm doing most of my stuff. I have relocated location, so I might not be doing stuff for a bit, but your mama.
Thank you so much for that. Matthew Johnson.
Hi. Matthew. Oh shit about Lord of the Rings. You can find me at Middle Earth. You can find me there. Sure, let's go with that. You see that logo back there? Just Google that. That's all I need you to do. Google it, go on the website, buy some shit, or don't buy some shit. What I want you to do is I want you to email Tyler at thegangreekgathering@gmail.com, which I hope that's your email. I have no idea.
Nope.
But if that's your email him and request all the blackest things that he needs to buy. By the end of one of these episodes, I'm going to convince him to say the N-word after the hell we just experienced here. It's going to be an experience. It's going to be great. He's going to do top 10 black exploit movies, top 10 Eddie Murphy comedy specials. It's going to be top 10 black porn.
I know this
That's
stuff.
what we need to do. I know you do, but I'm still going to make you do it, and that's fine. But otherwise,
I think I have all of
Thank
Raw
you.
memorized, except for I won't say certain words. And
exactly. And you're going to say the word
No,
at the end of that shit.
I
promise you.
I will say
And
this
then
before we
it gets clipped and taken out of context, and then you get canceled.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We'll make sure.
But before I go to our guests, as always, we would love all complaints and everything at all. If you have any complaints, please tweet at us at JK_Rowling. All complaints that you have, please tweet at us at that. We will. It's on the screen. If any complaints whatsoever, please tweet at us. We would love to hear from you. And to our amazing guest.
Amazing.
Was Lindsey Rousseau.
Cheers.
Where can we find out more about you and all the stuff?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at Lindsey Rousseau. You can also, I am one of the hosts of The Rollout with Genevieve Marie, who has been on this show before. We put out new episodes every Friday at noon Pacific on YouTube, so check us out on the YouTube. We've got a lot of back episodes. And if you don't check out YouTube, you can find us on your favorite podcast server as well. We cover all things geeky natured. We spent 6 months covering just tabletop games, and then we have expanded and moved on, and now we cover lots of things, video games, and we do love to talk about, lack of diversity in Hollywood, lack of representation in Hollywood, lack of inclusivity in Hollywood. There's a theme with a lot of our shows, but it's fine. We love it, and we'd love to hear your feedback too. And we can be found on The Rollout Geek on all social media.
The Rollout is one of my favorite shows. It's fantastic.
Tyler's been on a couple times, yes.
I always love being on. With that, you guys, thank you for listening in. You can check out all of our shows and offerings. If you are watching this, please subscribe and like to this channel. This is our brand new channel, and we have a lot of plans coming up, you guys. I don't think you understand. Season 2 is going to be crazy. And so with that, follow us on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Grand Geek Gathering has their own channel where we can find weekly videos, and also Indie Comics is out now too as well. Please follow everybody. All the information will be in the description below. Have a wonderful week. Wear a mask. Please be safe. And GGG.
Grand Geek Gathering.